should be good. Alright. Alright, so today I'll just be telling a little story, about my life, or something that happened in my life. Happened my senior year of high school. And I was only about 17 at the time, as you can tell by the title. I'm not going to beat around the bush. When I was a senior, I got a 50-year-old pregnant. You probably have some questions, reading that, which, I don't blame you. I would too. But, it's actually not as complicated as you think. And I know that lady for, 10 plus years at that point. And, she was a good looking woman. I must say. And she made some good ass donuts. That was probably the most attractive thing about her, was the fucking bomb ass donuts she would make. And so I would wake up, get ready for school, go a little bit earlier to get my donuts, my donut holes, my chocolate donut, maybe strawberry if I'm feeling a little bit risky, maybe even, a cream donut, whatever they're called, a filling donut. And I would go in there. She would be the only one there working. I guess because no one else worked there. I guess she was like the owner of the shop, and she had a husband, or she did, but I think they divorced even, before I fucked her and got her pregnant. So, not my fault, I guess. If anything, it's her fault. I was 17 at the time. You might say I was groomed. She's a pedophile. She won't ever hear this. This is my story only. But I don't even think she knew I was 17 at the time. If anything, the victim is her. But no, she came in on me. I didn't do anything, wrong. Yeah, I still don't think I did anything wrong. But makes sense if I start how it all happened. Basically, it's pretty simple. I was I made a little joke. I will say I started off with a little joke, and I was like, how many donuts do you think I could fit, on my dick? I straight up just like, it was a genuine question. I was wondering. I saw one of those donuts, and I was like, damn, I could probably fit a couple on there. And she tripled, double dog down on it, on me, if you know what I mean. But she's like, you know what? How many ever you think you can fit on there, I'll let you have for free. And maybe I overestimated myself, or I was just lying, because I went about donuts. But I genuinely thought I could fit 4 on there. So I walked out of that shop with 4 donuts and a little bit more. But I told her I could get 4 on my thing, on my sheboying. And she took my word for it at the time. And I got my 4 donuts, and I carried on to school. I think that's the happiest I was for a while. Nothing like getting hit on by an attractive older woman, I must say. And I think that's where I stopped thinking, you must be crazy, because give me some free donuts and I might get hooked. But I came back, I think the next day, or the day after, I really don't remember. I came back and I was like, I tried it. I was completely lying, I did not try it. And I said it worked. I could fit all 4. And then she got a little frisky with it and said, let me see. I need to see that you just scammed me. But basically she took me to the back. She didn't even close down the store or nothing, which is kind of crazy. But she took me to the back, not to the register, but behind back some storage area or whatever. And I was like, I'm too nervous. I ain't gonna, I ain't gonna get hard. I don't know if I can really prove it. And well, she pulled down my pants and started yanking it, like not even like softly, like trying to get me into it. She was straight up just getting a handful is what she wanted. I don't know, because she was widowed or whatever. I don't really know, but she was a horny bastard, and I was also one, so I wasn't gonna complain. If I'd complain, I would have been stupid, So she started yanking on my shit, and I get hard. I mean, who wouldn't? I'm not proud to admit, but I mean, basically just came immediately, and I was still hard. I must say. I mean, I was still pretty hard, and she believed me, but she wasn't letting me go with just that. I mean, she pulled down her pants. I mean, quicker than I've ever seen. I mean, it was stat breaking, I must say. And we fucked hard. And I will say, sadly, or maybe thankfully, that wasn't the last time we did it. We did it a couple more times before school. I don't know really how she didn't catch on that I was in school, because maybe she just thought I had work early. I mean, I guess that's plausible. I don't really know much about her. She didn't really know much about me, so who knows. But I walked out of there every day a proud man. But one day, she was like, she was kind of excited, honestly, I think. But she broke the news to me, and I was not accepting at the time. I'm sadly to admit, I didn't think. I was like, there's no shot that's mine, right? But I was going in there raw, so I mean, probably was me, but that's not the point. Well, the point is, I did probably get her pregnant, but I don't want to still admit that. I don't want to, sadly face that. Also because this child never actually happened. She sadly was, I guess, not able to have a child at that age, and it was a miscarriage, or I don't know. Maybe I just got lucky. Sadly to say, I didn't want the child. I didn't want one. And after that information, I just never went back. I was kind of relieved though. I wasn't ready for it. I didn't want it, and I was kind of glad that all happened. Sadly, so I never went back. I haven't been back there since, and it sucks because, I mean, she made some good ass donuts, and she fucked real good.